From the Ugly Parrot Studios in Newcastle, California, the Lim Cigar Cartel presents Beyond the Humidor, a cigar podcast for the rest of us. God damn it! The fuck is that shit?
Welcome to Redneck Central.
Couldn't be any worse if he went honk, honk. Take two.
Take two, one more time.
From the Ugly Parrot Studios in Newcastle, California, the Lim Cigar Cartel presents Beyond the Humidor, a cigar podcast for the rest of us. In that instance, my voice almost gave. The one before, I had a GD truck passing through.
That was a motorcycle, by the way.
Whatever it was. Scott Robinson with you for another episode of Beyond the Humidor. This would be 111, 111, 111.
11-first for you Lord of the Rings fans.
Good God.
Yuck.
Hey, if I'd have had my my truck keys in my pocket, I'd have set the alarm off on the second try. Just because I'm an asshole.
Oh, what are you going to do? Hey, let's just go around the room. Oh, wait a minute. You guys always light your cigar before the show. Oh, you haven't? Okay, I stand corrected. You did.
Yeah. Fuck you, Larry.
Yeah.
Couldn't wait, could you? Well, since we're on you.
I got to pee. Yeah, no, it looked good. It smelled good. The cold draw was good. I wasn't waiting on you people.
No, okay.
Fuck you.
All right. Fuck you, too. How you doing?
Apparently I'm a prick, but, I'm smoking a nice cigar. Hell with the rest of you people. God damn it. Now there goes my cell phone. Shop phone rings twice after hours. Now the cell phone's ringing. What the hell's wrong with these people?
Do they not know what we do on Monday evenings?
You'd think I was running a business here or some shit, It is what it is.
Oh, fuck my life. Greg, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Weather was nice, beautiful weekend. We got some fan mail to talk about. New feature on the website if y'all haven't looked at that. We now have a video vault. You can see all our videos.
Oh, jeez.
It's nice.
Greg, I asked how you were doing, not to give a rundown of the show, but that's okay. Gorilla.
I haven't even talked about what we're smoking yet, so wait.
No. Hey, Gorilla, how you doing over there at the Planet of the Apes?
We're off to a wonderful start. I'm doing well. The Gorilla has been and will continue to be very busy for reasons that I will reveal once they're all done and dealt with. But yeah,
nice.
It's been chaotic, but good.
You got a new chair there?
I mean, temporarily, yes.
Yep.
I like the throne.
It is most excellent.
You're a king of the gorillas.
For now.
Outstanding. Now, Greg, since you were kind enough to bring us these, thank you, Bucky.
From these.
Tell us about what we're smoking as I light mine and start to smoke.
We are smoking the CAO Flathead. This is the Bullneck, 6.5 inches by 52. It is a Connecticut Habano Gorizo wrapper, Brazilian Arabica binder, Dominican Honduran, and Nicaraguan filler. They say it's a medium to full. If you believe CAO, drinking pairings would be aged rum or rye whiskey. Tasting notes, I'll tell you what they say. I'll be anxious to see what you guys think as we go through it. It's oak, coffee, spice, pepper, and chocolate. We smoked a couple of episodes back. We smoked that CAO Flathead 642, their Lancero, their box press Lancero. And as you all know, my addiction is Cigar Bid. So I'm on Cigar Bid. I see these. These are different. It's something I haven't seen before from the Flathead line. I'm like, what the hell? So here they are. And, it's a nice Maduro. And as our listeners would know, I'm not a Maduro fan, but this one, it's really smooth. It goes great with a cup of coffee. I'm anxious to see how it's going with your libation. And,
I'm real happy with how it's going with this stout. And this is a very smooth, kind of a chocolatey stout.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm getting the kind of oaky, chocolatey out of this flathead too. So I think this is a perfect combination.
Where's the stout from, Larry?
Stout's from Cool Beer Works, which is about 15 minutes up the road from us here, Highway 49, going across to Placerville. They've been up there for, I don't know, 8-10 years now. Pretty good little spot. They serve food. They do some great beers. They had a really nice Hawaiian hazy. So it was a little more on the tropical side of instead of just a straight hazy. So a little sweeter. That was pretty good. But out of the flight that I got, this was by far my favorite. They had an amber ale that was really good too. But I had to bring a 4-pack of these stouts back so Scott and I could do one with a cigar here on the cast.
No
Nice.
doubt. Thanks, brother. This is delicious.
It is. I tried a little bit of Scott's, and it's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, we're getting Greg a sippy cup.
Make a designer, Louis Vuitton, something like that.
You're gonna get Bob the Builder, fucker.
Thomas the Tank Engine. Dee, 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 dee,
Stop.
dee,
Just stop.
dee.
Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da.
Oh God, it's all going wrong. It's all going wrong.
Take that, jackass. Break your
Man.
mic stand.
Hey, not a good episode for Gorilla Cam.
No,
It's all falling apart back here.
it's the new chair. It's much like Scott creating COVID when he grew out the beard. It's the new chair.
I forgot that was our reasoning for COVID. All right. Talk quietly amongst yourselves. Gorilla's going to fix his microphone stand.
All right, so Greg,
Yes, Mr. Robinson.
what's on the agenda, my friend?
I want to bore you all with a little bit of cigar news, but before we get there, I had another fan reach out to us, Rocky G from Connecticut.
Oh, right on.
He says on our last episode with Josh Abersky, he says, I must tell you guys, I found your podcast by accident, and I must say, I fucking love it. Don't expect an answer from you or anything like that, but I must thank you all for the laughs and the education about cigars. Here's a question for you. Roast me if you have to, and I would actually laugh my nuts off for it. But I love smoking cigars, and my favorite is a Series O from Oliva. I learned from you gentlemen about all the notes, and I try, but I don't know how to taste all the different flavors. I smoke, I like it, or I don't. Please school me. P.S. You guys are doing some amazing scotches, and thank you for the knowledge you spread.
Yeah. Don't worry about being able to pick up on all the notes.
Thanks, man.
I've been smoking 30 years, and on half the cigars I smoke, I get a tobacco flavor. And that's not, I'm not trying to be an asshole. That's just, I don't have that defined a palate for that type of stuff. I can pick out the pepper, and I can pick out the caramel, the chocolate, stuff like that, but the hint of rosewood and some of the stuff some other people come up with, I just don't get it. But yeah, if you like it, keep smoking it. If you don't like it, put it down, try something else. I mean, that's about as simple as it gets.
Yeah, I was about to say, you'll know what a bad cigar is, or as we like to say, not in your wheelhouse. You'll know what that is. Just be concerned with that. If you enjoy smoking it, smoke it. Don't sit there and try to worry about the notes and become a sommelier.
Well, and I spent a long time, more time than I would care to discuss most of the time about cigars, on trying to stay up on, what's current. Smoking what everybody else was smoking, or there's 3 or 4 guys in your brick and mortar lounge that you go to that are all smoking the same thing, and oh man, this is great, you got to smoke it. Well, if it's great, go ahead and smoke it, but if you don't like it, you don't like it, and
Right.
So yeah, just the brick and mortar is the best place to try stuff out. Talk to the people that work there, say, hey, I'm and be honest with them, I'm new to this, I don't really know what I'm doing. And every place that sells cigars, is a legitimate, premium cigar business. is going to have somebody in there that can at least point you in the right direction. Here, start off with this. It's a little bit lighter. We don't want to kill you right from the get-go, and work your way in. And then if you're trying to get more feedback from them, be honest with them about what you thought of that first cigar they put you into. Yeah, that was pretty good. It was a little, I didn't get a whole lot of flavors out of it. And, what else can I try? It's just like anything else. Just have a conversation and work your way into it.
There you go.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you reaching out, man. And, we'll try not to bust your balls too bad there. But
I'm curious, is he a newer smoker, longtime smoker?
He doesn't specify. He joined, started following our page like a couple weeks ago. And
Because for me, when I started smoking, it was kind of I like it or I don't like it. Very similar. But then over time, it has developed to where it's kind of the same as my dad said. I can't pick up the specific, rosewood, orange peel, and lavender or whatever the hell. But over time, it went from this one is good, this one is not in my wheelhouse, to why is this one good? Okay, it's creamy and a little peppery.
Yeah,
and then you start to learn I like this, and this, and then you start to self-describe.
Yeah, that's the progression. Mm-hmm. You will get 2 or 3 cigars that you've found that you like, and then you realize that those are probably similar cigars. They have the same wrapper leaf, or they're from the same country of origin, or whatever. So yeah, the more you sample, the better chances you'll have of finding a few that you really like, and you'll come across some that you don't. You're not going to like every one. We've had a pretty good run here on stuff that we've smoked for the podcast. I can't think of one that we've done. I'd say
that we haven't done deliberately.
No, I'd say in the last year, I can't think of something that we've been handed cold. Why are you eyeballing me? Well, there was a couple way back, but those were kind of done on purpose.
Yeah.
But
don't think we're not going to do that again. I have one for that.
There's nothing that I remember that we got from PCA or we got from Rocky Mountain, or we've had a rep give us that we were like, whoa, no, I'm sorry, I can't smoke that. I think we've been pretty lucky, as far as what we've been given to try, or what we've reached out and purchased on our own. As, hey, this is something we haven't seen before. Let's grab 4 or 5 of these and try them out on a podcast. We have not really landed on something that even any one of us was like, whew, this is not in my wheelhouse.
No.
So, and like I said, you'll find one every once in a while that's just not your bag. That's not where you were going, or it may not be for you at that particular point in time. It might be too heavy for you now because you haven't progressed enough into the heavier cigars. And there's a lot of factors.
There's some stuff we've smoked on the show that if you had handed to me in the first year I was smoking, I would not have liked it because my palate wasn't there yet.
Yep. So yeah, stick with it. Glad you're listening to us all the way out in Connecticut. I'm not up to speed on how cigar friendly Connecticut is.
They're on par with California and New York.
So you can smoke in your own backyard as long as your fence is tall enough for nobody to see you.
Pretty much.
That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Just so I know where the guy's coming from.
Or there's enough acreage like yours where no one can see you.
Yeah, there you go. But you still got to duck down behind some shit.
Yeah.
I get it. All right. Well, cool. I hope we answered some questions. Keep us in the loop on your cigar journey there.
Yes. Welcome aboard.
What else we got over there, Gregory?
Pity he picked us to take the advice from.
Yeah, well,
Gotta take it from somebody.
Yeah. It could be worse.
So there's been a bit of news coming out. A lot of the news that's been out recently has been somewhat past. I think a lot of people are holding on to their good information for PCA and for about a month. Plasencia Cigars to release their new Year of the Dragon cigar. That was in early February. they're commemorating the Year of the Dragon. It is going to be a Torpedo 6.5 by 54 Vitola. Total of 3,000 boxes available. We'd probably have to run up to CJ's if we wanted to find those.
Yeah.
Or down to Cigar Club. Yep. So they're kicking off their Chinese New Year. It's a really pretty box. Gorilla will be able to pull the pictures and make it look pretty for you all to see on there. Another thing that came up, this was the 10th of February. Don Doroteo Cigars is honored that El Legado earned its #1 boutique cigar for 2023 from the Enthusiast Report. Congratulations, Juan. That is, we've all smoked that cigar a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
That's an amazing stick, and and it was really good. So, congratulations on that rating. It's a 95 rating, by the way, for the #1.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, it is. That's a fantastic cigar if you can get your hands on it.
You really should. Rebellion Cigars has infiltrated its way into Thailand. Rebellion Cigars is a British firm. Got to reach out to those guys because I don't remember seeing them at any of the events that we attend here in the States. But they have joined with Cigar Emperor of Thailand for their partnership and their distribution out there. Three Leaf Cigars is announcing their Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper and Ecuadorian Honduro wrapper cigars. They are fairly new. They're very pleased to announce their release of Three Leaf, brand born from the knowledge obtained during 15 years in the cigar industry. So if you can find them, check them out. The fellow that started Three Leaf actually entered the industry in 2009 with Two Guys Smoke Shop. As you know, they are the Cigar Authority is their podcast, and it's a fine one, by the way, so you guys should check that out. He did a little bit of stint with Hammer and Sickle, that's a pretty good cigar line when you can find it. In California, it's kind of hard for us to get out here, but it's a good line. So check them out. Premium Cigar Association has announced their 2024 Best of the Leaf Award finalists. If you can get over there, check that out. But the big one is Drew Estate announces Ike Kerpedles promoted to Senior VP Sales at Drew Estate. He was he was succeeding David Lazarus, who retired in 2022. So congratulations, Ike. We need to get out and reach out and talk to you.
Rock on.
Absolutely.
It's a little bit short, but like I said, the news, there hasn't been a lot coming out, and I think that's partially because
'cause
everybody's
PCA's
holding
in
mum
a
till
month,
PCA.
yeah.
Right.
But,
Yeah, nobody's going to release anything the first couple of months of January because they're holding it for the show.
yeah.
So it's going to be a great mid-year.
Yeah.
There's going to be a whole
Yeah, it
bunch of
sounds
stuff
like
rolling out.
Sounds like quite a few houses are putting out multiple releases this year as opposed to just one or two.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let me have my one bitch, though. I have one bitch. My least favorite size of cigar is Torpedo. And Plasencia, one of my favorite cigar houses, is releasing Year of the Dragon in Torpedo. I'm like,
So did Davidoff.
yeah, well.
But I get it. I agree with you. I don't, it sounds silly, but I too don't care for the Torpedo only because, you cut the damn thing. And in my case, I don't hold it in my teeth. People that hold it in their teeth have this problem worse than I do. But you compress the narrow cut down as you're holding onto it, and it gets tighter and tighter until it becomes unsmokable. You cut more, same problem occurs, and by then it starts unraveling. It's just not a size I'm a fan of either.
Yeah.
Well, and you have the other end, the problem where you're trying to light something that has no surface area, so you're not getting anything spread out over a surface area.
Yeah.
And you're dragging on the thing, trying to keep air coming through it. And yeah, torpedoes are hard, man. You have to be. I typically won't fire up a torpedo, and I have several in my humidor, but I typically won't fire up a torpedo unless I'm sitting, not doing anything else. I mean, that's not a driving somewhere cigar. That's not a hanging out at the brick and mortar talking to guys in the lounge cigar. That's not a podcast cigar. That's you're sitting on your ass focusing on your cigar.
Right.
And And there's some great torpedoes out there, don't get me wrong, but they're a lot of damn work. That's just the fact of the matter.
You know, what I would love to do, if I could find someone to do this with, just do a trade. Have you ever done that where you want to just trade cigars out of your humidor? Either their buyer's remorse, some stuff that you've gotten, and it's like, not my wheelhouse, but talk to somebody and they might have something you want. Switch for a 1-to-1.
Go ahead, Lori. Lori.
Lori?
Go ahead, Larry. He pitched it. Swing at it.
What do you got you trying to get rid of, my brother?
I wouldn't do this to you.
Oh.
What about me? You'd do it to me, wouldn't you?
Probably. Just one. Just one. I wouldn't give you the whole. I was a victim of cigar bid.
Okay.
It wasn't too expensive. No, it wasn't horrible. But on a whim, it's a house I know. And I was like, okay.
It's not in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
What got me was
flavor, size.
The size was good.
Okay.
But the flavor, it was sickening sweet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I puffed on it,
But it's not a flavored cigar?
No.
Huh.
I was like, the hell? I was like, it was one of those, and we've smoked the cigar where we take a couple of puffs and go,
Not a chance.
No, not at gunpoint. No. But because I'm on the podcast, I'm going to say, not in my wheelhouse.
All right. Well,
I mean,
I'll tell you what, man. I will trade 1 for 1 just to try it out and see what we're talking about.
yeah.
I'll come up with something for you.
Okay, we can do that.
And you know, it's
The
funny.
Gorilla will buy one off you. I don't have tradable material at the moment. But
I would
I can
not
probably
cheat
find
the gorilla.
I can probably find something equally as terrible.
I think I've got a couple of those not at gunpoint cigars to trade for Gorilla.
There we go. That's what you need.
No, if you guys,
Just light it and throw it in the ashtray out on the patio. Keep mosquitoes away.
Greg does not speak for Gorilla and Gorilla Industries. Greg is not a negotiating partner in this transaction.
no. Mm-mm.
Gorilla Industries.
I like that.
I'd have had you with more money already if I was a negotiating party.
I'm telling you.
Mitch, please. I don't know who you think you're dealing with. You make yourself sound like fucking John L. Lewis and the coal miners or something.
Nah.
I don't think so.
Nah, more like Hoffa in The Disappearance.
Yeah, my ass. You start strong-arming me for more gorilla money, you're going to end up like Hoffa, too.
So if you guys want to know what it's like when we really hate something, mind you, this show was also done in tongue-in-cheek. I suggest you look up the episode where we smoke the fighting cock.
That was a rough cigar, man.
Yeah.
It was one of the cigars of all time.
Yeah, it was. Go to the video vault at LumaCigarCartel.com. Click on the video vault link. You can check it out right there.
What episode is it, Gregory?
I'm looking at that right now. It was so far away. Oh, that's fond memories. There's the Ocean's Gate episode.
I want to say, is that in the 80s?
Well,
80 episode?
Why would the Ocean's Gate episode be so memorable, Gregory?
Hang on. I'm going to say Fighting Cock is 89. I'm guessing. Completely guessing.
Shoot.
89 is I Visit Idaho.
Shit.
Try again.
You visit Idaho every 3 episodes. So
I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes every other episode, yes. It's episode 79. Not a bad guess, Gorilla.
Off by 10.
But it's also one, just so you guys know, if you're going to look it up, it's one where the camera shit itself. So it is just the audio. But, hey, like I said, if you want to hear when we truly hate something, also understand it's tongue-in-cheek. This cigar, the entire box of cigars cost me $20.
This show is not brought to you by the Fighting Cock.
go to the video vault. There's no video. I'm sorry. Of all the videos you could have promoted for the video vault.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's exactly in line with how good we are.
I just fucked up. I'm sorry. I have to ask forgiveness from the gorilla. I was banging my can on the table.
You guys been banging shit the whole episode. Don't apologize now.
And
You're
then
getting a little too comfortable.
Then there's
the
also
chair.
episode 80, The Judgmental Christmas Bear.
That is a wild back-to-back 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Racketeer precedes The Fighting Cock, too.
You know what I saw, man? came up today on Facebook memories.
What was that?
2 years ago. It's been 2 years since we had Zach from Yard Dog Coffee on.
Yes, it
Oh,
has
man.
been.
Like, damn, man. Time flies when you're having fun. Mm-hmm. So
I think that was about the same time as the foodie episode.
the foodie was a little before that. I
Yeah,
think.
it was a little bit before, like around January.
Yeah. We got to revisit some of these people.
I think that'd be a great idea. It's also been a while since we had Matt and Garrett on.
Yep. And we got to get Pat Nelson on StreamYard for the No Bullshit Kitchen Alabama version. That's where he's living now.
Nice.
Damn good guess, Scott. Yes, they were a month apart.
We also got to get the no longer Mormons back on as well.
Oh yeah.
We've been teasing that for like.
Well, hell,
months now.
his schedule's so damn busy.
I know that cat's out handing out cigars all over the country.
Yeah, where the hell? Come on.
No, he is not handing out cigars. Cigars just fall from his pocket and people happen to pick them up.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they fall off the back of the truck. I wonder if he got the apostate wagon all tricked out like he wanted to.
I don't know, man. That thing was pretty well dialed in. He was showing me how that.
If they want to stay on brand, it's got to be an actual wagon. Just saying. Sorry. I like your cigars. Don't be mean to me.
We make fun of your motorhome.
Why not? We make fun of Scott's motorhome. Now we're
Equal.
I was gonna say
opportunity.
Thanks,
asshole.
Larry. I was gonna go with something else, and I'm like, nah, I can't do that.
Gotcha.
You can make as much fun of my motorhome as you want.
Oh, we are.
We do.
Regularly.
As I sit back on my leather couch with my fireplace going and my satellite TV while I'm having a refreshing drink.
You don't want to go down this road right now.
Why is that, Gorilla?
Gorilla has heard that despite the palatial comfort that you travel in, a little bit of Wayne is coming this weekend, and we're not going camping anymore.
Hey, that ain't me. I didn't make that decision.
The fucking motorhome not waterproof? Like what?
The windows don't roll up. What do we got here?
That's got
You got a
nothing
hole
to
in
do
your
with me.
convertible top? What's that?
To be fair, this was followed up by there's also going to be like 70-mile-an-hour winds, which that's fair.
Could you see the middle of the night? All of a sudden, you hear Sue scream as the entire motorhome tips over.
That shit ain't funny.
That shit ain't funny.
No, but it would be.
I've seen one or two tipped motorhomes up near Livermore. That shit is not funny.
Ooh.
Yeah. People trying to go across the Altamont
Ooh.
with the wind blowing.
Well, it was.
Having never done it before.
Well, you're a trap shooter, so you've shot Livermore.
Ooh, that's so much fun.
One of the things I understand, because a buddy of mine who shoots trap too, he's going to do the state shoot again this year, which I believe is at Livermore.
Yes.
And he's like, you need to come and hang out. I'll get two spots instead of one. And I looked at him and go, bitch, as windy as it is, my little canvas hovel's not going to survive down there.
Yeah.
I have to borrow
when
Larry's.
Did they move the state shoot to Livermore?
That is a conversation probably best had not on the podcast. They have some just size and number of shooters, which is a good thing. Just
Because I mean, it was when the Gorilla was shooting high school trap. It was at the Waterloo Gun and Bocce Ball Club in Stockton.
Hold on.
Hang on.
Gun and bocce ball?
Yep.
Swear to God, man.
And Stockton.
The
gun part I get,
that
but
third part is why it's moving to Livermore.
Yeah.
There's too many people that can't stay in the camping spots that are at the gun club, so now people are having to find hotels in Stockton, and a bunch of the high school families are like, hey,
Yeah,
nah.
no. We'll drive in from Sacramento.
It's only an hour.
But that's not the trap club's fault. It's
Yeah, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
And trap for about 10 years was the fastest growing high school sport in the nation. So,
really?
yeah. It went from
When
300 kids in the entire California Youth Scholastic Shooting Association when I first joined, and maybe 3 high schools and 3 youth gun clubs attached to the trap clubs.
Wow.
The last year I shot trap, there were 3,000 registered shooters for the junior division and the high school divisions.
Yep.
Well, all right.
We started out his freshman year. They had a trap tournament every other weekend, and you shot against the same kids every weekend. You saw every high school that had a trap, every junior program. It was the same people. By his senior year, there were scheduled every weekend. There were 2 tournaments a weekend just to be able to get everybody out across the traps to have enough places for them to shoot. So you never knew who you might only see a certain trap team once and then see their guys at the state shoot. That might be it.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it was crazy how fast it grew. And it's still huge. I mean, Del Oro High School right down the street from us here is still got a huge trap team.
Not to add to your busy schedule, but I'm willing to pay for lessons, Gorilla.
Oh boy. We'll wait until Coon Creek Trap and Skeet's up and rolling again.
Yeah. Sounds good. So, a short segue, real quick. We've said what we're smoking, and you all are into it a good amount now. I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts are.
Scotty?
Gets better and better, man. As far as the flavors go, I'm not catching the flavors. I just love the fact that it's just an easy smoke.
Yeah, I think.
There's no harshness to it. And I said, when we were setting up the gear, when I was getting ready to light this, I was surprised at how smooth the draw was on this for as dark as this cigar looks.
Yeah.
This if you're just getting into Maduros, this would be a fine one to start with because it's not gonna, it's not gonna kick you in the teeth. And Greg made sure he messaged everybody yesterday and said, "Hey, make sure you eat. This is a pretty dark looking Maduro," and that's true. But medium to full, I think, is right on.
Yeah.
It's not. There's no heavy power to it at all.
No, I give this a medium, man.
Well, get up to the mic, Greg. The hard part of this is you two, it's not really, as far as eating goes, it's not really that big a deal for you two because you and the 3 of us smoke daily. But no offense to the Gorilla, but he does not smoke as often as we do, nor the breadth of cigars that we do. So it's like, dude, I want to make sure that he eats because I don't want him throwing up over all of our equipment over there.
Oh yeah, Gorilla was late to work today to make sure he had a sandwich and some potato salad at some point today.
Is your boss that big of a dick that he would yell at you for that?
Yes, yes, he is. Huge asshole. But he's consistent. Always an asshole. Feel free to correct me whenever.
Hey, that's a nice smoke ring. That's where we need the Gorilla Cam.
Thank you. And there it goes.
So what do you think, Gorilla?
Very much the same thing. Like I've said before, I am really enjoying the Maduros that are not hitting you upside the head with a baseball bat. Because that's what I always heard going into the cigar shop with my dad is, anything darker, than a milk chocolate bar is going to kill you.
Well, back then that was true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
the super dark, the double and triple Maduros would kick the shit out of you.
This is all the strength and flavor of the Maduro without that you're gonna die, bullshit. But no, as far as I'm about halfway or a third in, not sure. I don't remember how long it was when we started.
6.5.
Yeah, the first third definitely very that pepper and the oak, and then I don't necessarily want to call it retrohale, but like the fuck.
Yeah, I just saw it.
SD card's full.
Why is the SD card full?
Because we've never emptied it.
Why did we not empty it?
Because I don't know. I forgot to.
The SD card on the video's full.
Yes, SD card on the videos.
Oh, well. Continue.
Wah, wah. That's Gorilla's fault.
For those of you that are now wondering what's going on,
we are experiencing technical difficulties.
Please enjoy the rest of the podcast audio only.
Yep.
So
That's
anyway,
Gorilla's bad.
you were saying Gorilla. So a big deal. It's happened to us once before. Big deal.
Yep.
You were saying.
Yeah, very peppery, very oaky at first, and then not on, I wouldn't call it the red trail, but kind of the secondary through the nostrils inhale is where I got the like kind of the creamy chocolate, and it's transitioned to where I'm getting less of the pepper and more of that on the draw.
No, 100%. I'll agree with that. Yeah, no, this is definitely something I would smoke again for sure. Yeah. And you know, back on the power, you know, the flavor versus power. As often as I smoke and as many Maduros as I smoke, I'd start the morning out with this with a cup of coffee without any trouble at all. So
We did last time I was up in Idaho when I actually picked up the box. That was the first cigar of the morning with coffee after breakfast. Was this one? Will and I did one, and it's creamy, and that's unusual, I think, in a Maduro. But it goes back to many conversations over the last 25 episodes or so that the new Maduro that have been coming out since about 2001 are really built upon flavor now, not that kick in the teeth power. If you want that kick in the teeth power, there are companies out there, LFD being one of them, you know, La Flor Dominican, where you can get that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And see, I don't really care for those necessarily. I mean, I won't kick it out of bed for eating crackers, but yeah, I like the Maduros that just have flavor and they're smooth. It's not a whole trying to grab me by the throat and yell at me that it's a Maduro.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's one of my, it was one of those where it's like I saw it and I'm like, oh, this looks interesting. And that's, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a proponent of Cigar Bid, even though I have a severe addiction for Cigar Bid. But you can get on there, and one of the things I like, I know you did it your first time on there when you were ill with things.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
But you got a bunch of 5-pack sample packs, and I think that's a great way to, you know, win a bid at some reasonable prices, get 3 or 4 different 5-pack samples of different lines so you can try things. You know, I'll always advocate it's better to buy from your brick and mortar, but
yeah, sometimes it just works out. You may have said this in your description and I didn't catch it, but is this production cigar or is this a limited edition?
it is a production cigar.
Oh, nice. So these will be around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Right
No,
on.
this is a good. I'm real happy with this.
Yeah.
This is something for sure I want to smoke again. So
Yeah, and it comes in several different sizes. I happen to pick the size that I happen to like and that we usually prefer better, which is Toro or better.
yeah. Now is it? They have a 60 ring gauge in this. Do you know?
I can look that up for you.
I would be interested to see what that would be at 60 too.
It comes in a 52. Yes, it does. A 6x60. They've got a 4.5 by 50 for Scott and a 5.75 by 54. Okay. The 6x60 is called the Roadkill.
Huh. That makes sense.
Right.
This one's a bull neck, and then they've got a ape hanger and a handbrake.
Huh.
Ape hanger, huh?
Yep.
Sounds like that's the Gorilla cigar. Yeah, that's something we need to do. If we're on a camping weekend or something, we need to get like 3 or 4 sizes of the same cigar and do that like back to back over the course of a day. To smoke like 3 of the same things, you know, start with a smaller ring gauge and work our way up, just to see what the difference is.
Well, if we do the smaller ring gauge, then that's going to be where the most flavor is. The larger ring gauge, you're not going to
You say
get
that.
quite as much.
But there's a brand out there that we could do this in that I think tends to disagree with that idea because I've smoked their 70 by 8 and it has the same flavor as the 50 by 5.
Really?
Yes.
Asylum?
Asylum.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed. It was one of those where, you remember, I bought those for you guys as a joke a couple of years ago. It was a 90 by 8-inch cigar.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is hilarious. I bought one for myself. I bought one for Larry. I bought one for Scott. Larry smoked his right away and was like, dude, you really got to get into yours. And I did. And it was great because it's like they don't blend it down in terms of flavor.
Yeah, and that's the problem sometimes when you get bigger than about 60. I've had some ultra large ring gauge cigars that have been great, and I've had some where like you guys just rolled this for a novelty, and yeah, my go-to is 54 or bigger. 60 ring gauge. If you got a 60 ring gauge cigar that's got some flavor, sign me up. That's where I'm at.
And see, I think that's also too one of the funny things about the three of us doing the show. I prefer a 50 to 52, and then I also prefer a 38 of a Lancero.
Yep.
Scott's more of a 47 in the Corona and the Petite Coronas and the Robustos in the 50, and Larry's typically a 60 or over. And Gorilla, I don't think you really have a size preference, do you?
I like Lanceros, but they're definitely not the greatest of my cigars that I smoke. I would say Robusto and Toro is where I stick, but mostly Robusto. I think Robusto is for my style of smoking, where I'm either doing it while working or I'm sitting down. I don't want to sit for hours and hours and smoke, but I want maybe like 45 minutes to an hour. I think Robusto is probably 85% of the cigars I smoke.
Yeah.
I have to find time to smoke that giant ass cigar.
Oh, you still have it?
It is still sitting in my humidor.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if you'd agree with me, Larry, but I will think he's going to enjoy it because
I think you're going to be surprised at how much flavor is in that cigar.
Okay.
buckle up for 4 hours, though.
And then,
Yeah, because I have 4 hours.
well, but any of those big 70 plus ring gauge cigars in Asylum's line, I got, what was it, 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago at Rocky Mountain, I got 4 of their 4-packs. And man, all 4 of those cigars were just excellent. But yeah, they were what, 70 by 7, I think, 70 by 8. So yeah, that's a 3-hour smoke. But I smoked the last one of those going to Reno for Rib Fest last year.
Oh yeah.
And I lit it up as when we were getting stuff, still carrying stuff out to the truck, and Sherry's like, "Are you bringing something else for the drive?" I'm like, "Yeah, no,
Yeah, don't need it.
This will cover it." And she's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is a 3-hour smoke." And I was still puffing on that thing when we pulled into the parking lot at the hotel.
Right on.
I did that, and I bought it again I'm looking at this thing going, okay, this is a novelty, but it wasn't. That 70 by 8 ring gauge from the Asylum in the Corojo, which our listeners know is one of my most favorite leaf particulars there. And I lit it in Winnemucca. I put it out into the ashtray in Tommy's garage. And as Scott knows, it's been on that drive, and Larry's been on that drive. That's 4 hours and 25 minutes.
Yep.
And it was smooth and beautiful. I didn't have to relight it. It just
I think
carried
that's
me
my
very pleasant.
I think that's my favorite one out of that series. That's a really good cigar, and it's it takes a while to smoke it. If all you've got is an hour, don't light something that big. But if you've got the time, if you're smoking your vehicle, number one, and you're making the drive from Northern California to Southern California, you're going from here to Vegas or from San Diego to Phoenix. Fire that thing up, man. You will not be disappointed.
No.
Yeah, I may be making one of those drives when this episode drops.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
All right, we'll discuss that off the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Well, Pop's getting ready to go back to
Cedar Rapids.
Cedar Rapids, isn't he?
Yeah. Let's see. It's going to be second week of March.
Yeah. Well, the matriarch of the family wants to go camping with us when we go to the Redwoods. I chuckled at her because she's like, "I want to see the inside of Scott's motorhome," and I started laughing. I'm like, "Not gonna happen.
Why?
Your steps are steep."
Speaking of, I got to fix said steps.
We'll drag Mom up them steps.
No, Grandma.
Oh, Grandma. Oh, no. We're not Grandma. Never mind.
No.
Negative Ghost Rider.
We'll take a real nice cell phone video for Grandma.
Yeah.
Real nice.
Yes.
That 95-year-old lady ain't gonna get up those steps. There's no way.
She's not.
Up won't be the problem.
Yeah, down. Oh, she'd come right down.
No, I think sometime toward the end of this year, beginning of next year, I think we need to do a revisit of an old episode, Traveling with Cigars, episode 2, because the gorilla will be looking for some general travel tips and general like good road trip cigars.
Oh, that's right. You're good.
Spit it out.
You all right?
A curse upon thee! Get out of his body!
There's no help for me. I've already got my condo in hell right next to Scott's mansion. I'm going to be the poor little houseboy who lives on the property.
No, due to recent financial changes and employment changes, the 2025 road trip to Concordia, Kansas is looking like it's on. So step 1 of that procedure happens Wednesday, where the little Toyota I drive is going in for, I wouldn't say major maintenance, but moderate
Full overhaul?
Yeah, some shit that probably should have been handled before now.
Oh,
So I
dear.
think what we'll have to do for that, guys, is we'll have to give Gorilla one of my sets of the lavaliers and have him do updates from the road.
Oh, God.
Hey,
Great.
tell him about Ethan trying to fly home.
Man, I don't want to put Ethan on blast, but I will.
But I will.
My friend Ethan, which next time I'm going to have to try to coordinate when he travels out here and when we record, because you will not believe this child until you see him.
You've seen him. He's a great big Yogi
He
Bear
sat in.
looking
He sat in for an episode a while back.
Yeah, but he was
Remember?
behind the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy with a big leather jacket. Looks like he should
He's
be an extra on The Sopranos.
6'4", size 16 or 17 shoe.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
a big
Okay, I
old,
wasn't
big-
here.
Yeah,
big
big
boy.
old hay baling white kid.
Okay, I don't remember him. I must have been gone.
He has, Ethan, if you're listening, I love you so much. He has the worst luck with traveling and law enforcement. I don't know what he does. I don't know if he pissed on the hat of the village witch in a past life. Homie, dude's been pulled over more times this calendar year than I have my entire existence. He flew out for his cousin's wedding, lesbian wedding, double the bridesmaids. That was the big selling point for him. Flew out here.
Got to go with the odds.
Yeah.
Flight out here went well. Got in a rear end fender bender down in Sacramento in his buddy's girlfriend's car. They were carpooling. Got harassed by the rent-a-cop at Sutter Hospital. Called the car that they were just in an accident in a shitbox. Ethan wanted to slap the dude. That was the weekend. It was storming windy, so his flight from Sacramento to Denver was delayed, so he missed the connector to Wichita. So he refunded that flight, used some of the money to upgrade the Sacramento to Denver flight to first class so he could get some better sleep, so he could rent a car and drive from Denver to Wichita, where he was pulled over twice, driving a Colorado license plated car in Kansas because, oh, that's a single young white male adult in a Colorado car. He's probably got weed. Got to Wichita, drove back up to Concordia, where he was 10 minutes late for his shift at the O'Reilly, so he went to work for 8 hours.
Wow.
Okay.
This, I don't know how it happens to him. I told him, dude, by the second time you were pulled over on the drive to Wichita, I didn't feel like making fun of you anymore. That's like I felt pity, genuine pity. But
Hey, just to be clear, I still felt like making fun of you.
oh no, it's great.
Okay, this might just tell you how sad I am. You know what I got out of that story? The part where you said that he upgraded to first class to get some sleep.
Hey, let me
He's
explain.
your size. He don't sleep
Hey,
in a regular.
let me
seat
explain
very
something
well.
to you. The fact that Ethan took a moment in Sacramento and went, I'm gonna have to. He formulated the plan to drive to Wichita to get his car that was at the Wichita, overnight parking.
At the Wichita Airport Hair Care and Tire Center.
The fact that he had the foresight to get adequate sleep shows great personal development on his part in the time that I've known him. This is the same buddy who I believe I've shown you the picture, He drove from Wairika to Concordia when he moved out there because he goes to business school in state. In a Buick LeSabre, pulling a little U-Haul rent-a-trailer with his motorcycle on the back. He got stopped in Wyoming by some rancher dude. Go, son, are you stupid? Dude, you want to know how long he made? He's the fastest he's made the drive from Wairika to Concordia? 21 and a half hours.
How many miles?
From here to Concordia is about 1,200.
That's moving.
Well, see, where I was going with that was...
That's no stopping for gas and food. And the occasional cat nap.
Where I was going with that was, and you probably can guess if you've watched at least 2 episodes of this, I don't do first class to sleep. I do it for 2 things.
To drink?
You're goddamn right. By the time we take off, I'm 2 glasses in. And by the time we hit the Rockies, I'm on glass number 6.
Bitch, by the time you board the plane, you're 2 or 3 glasses in.
That's not even one of the best travel stories. I didn't even tell you about the time he met Weird Al Yankovic.
You have my attention.
So, Ethan, I love you. I'm gonna say something nice about you at the end of this. I promise. So Ethan got all excited when he came out for Thanksgiving or Christmas. He got all excited. He's like, I found a direct flight from Kansas City to Reno, which is not a thing. He normally has to hop planes at least once to get out here because who the fuck flies into Kansas City? But he was all excited. Like, I get on the plane in Kansas City and I don't get off till Reno. And I'm sitting there going, okay. I'm not going to say anything, but okay. We get a message from him. So I'm in Albuquerque. Why are you in Albuquerque, Ethan? Because the plane stopped here. Why did the plane stop in Albuquerque? He was not wrong. He did not have to get off the one plane. He had the Kansas City, Albuquerque, Burbank, Reno connecting flight. And I asked him, Ethan, how much time did you save taking that flight as opposed to swapping planes in either in Denver or Seattle or something? He's like, 30 minutes. But while he's on the ground in Albuquerque, he gets off the plane to use the bathroom, grab a snack, get back on. He's walking onto the plane and he sees a dude in shirt with some sort of patterned button-up shirt unbuttoned over it, long, shaggy kind of brown hair with, starting to gray in some spots, and a ukulele case. And he's like, that's fucking Weird Al Yankovic. And he does this. He makes eye contact, head nod from Weird Al, and he goes and sits back down. My buddy Ethan, he's a decent guitar player, and I'm like, we missed the opportunity for the greatest duet album of all time.
All right.
Now that I've made fun of Ethan for a solid 10 minutes, I will say this. He is one of my 4 a.m. friends. If I called Ethan later tonight at like 4 a.m. his time and said, hey, I need to bury a body, he would text me going, how do I get a shovel through TSA? Like, genuinely, he would.
You buy one with cash when you get here, genius.
Well, hey, listen, that's what I would tell him, but that would be his first question is, how do I get a shovel and plastic bags through TSA?
Check. You can get damn near anything through as long as you check it.
Ethan,
as long
love
as
you.
it's not a lighter.
Ethan, I love you, and I can't believe you're somehow getting me to go to Kansas. But,
Good luck.
Wow.
God bless.
Just remember, if you hear this, keep driving. You're not from around here, are you, boy?
See, that's the only downside of me wanting to take the pickup truck, because it's like, as soon as I get past about Salt Lake City, I have to remember I'm driving a vehicle with California plates. I am already expecting Ethan levels of treatment. I probably will get pulled over at least once in each state.
What you need to do is do a Dr. Mike and rent something that has out-of-state plates. Hell, we could print you some Kansas plates to throw on there.
Yes, because not only getting pulled over California plates bad enough, getting pulled over with fake plates so much better.
Yeah, better story.
Yep.
Get the dog.
But I say all that to say, if anyone knows of any good cigar spots other than the Beehive that's already on the list of stops, let me know. I'll be taking 80 through Cheyenne, and then I can't remember what town in Nebraska I turned south, but about halfway through Nebraska I turned south and go into Cayenne.
Well, if you're going to Cheyenne, there's a I can't remember the name of the lounge, but there's one in Cheyenne.
Yeah, the rough plan right now is here to Salt Lake to Cheyenne, Cheyenne, Concordia, and then I am either going to take the same route back, or if I want to get a little adventurous, I'm going to do Concordia, Denver, Salt Lake here.
All I can think of driving through Wyoming is the fact that my wife and Greg are texting and arguing
Yes.
about what is a deer and what is a
Antelope. Antelope.
Yeah, antelope.
Yeah, his wife sends me this picture, Larry, and goes, "Oh, look at the deer." And I text back and I go, "Sue, that's an antelope." No, it's a deer. Okay.
I had to hear this shit for 40 miles.
At least I know what a deer looks like. May not be able to kill one, but I know what they look like.
You're goddamn lucky they don't shoot back.
On a side note, the Gorilla will be accepting donations for this trip if the donations allow me an extra day to detour through Estes Park for reasons that will be obvious.
Oh, hey, speaking of which, did you guys catch the Facebook post yesterday from our friends in Estes Park, Colorado?
The ones with the elk walking across the road?
They had to close the tasting room early because the elk took over the parking lot.
Yes.
Like 200 plus elk in Estes Park, Colorado.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Did we ever talk about the really cool fucking news that Hogback shared like 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Oh, that they won their division in the World Whiskey Super Bowl or whatever the fuck it called.
The World Whiskey. Dude, Graham's going to beat your ass next time he sees you.
That's all right. He wears a dress. I mean, how tough could this guy be?
I'm going to shut the fuck up and just let him keep talking.
Hey, Graham, I love you, brother. And congratulations, by the way. That was awesome. And yes, they went back to Kentucky, I believe is where this was. Tennessee. Which one was it, girl? You remember?
Shit.
Back there in whiskey country, and they won their division.
Tennessee.
Actually, there were three or four winners from Colorado distilleries. Colorado placed really well at this, and so yeah, that's super awesome, man. Graham and Catherine at Hogback Distillery, they have their tasting room up and running in Estes Park, Colorado. So yeah, if you're out that way, please do yourself a favor and stop in and try some of their stuff because it is amazing.
Oh man, most definitely.
But yeah, that's something you don't see very often. Is your business is impacted by an
elk invasion.
Yeah, elk invasion.
On that note, hey Gorilla. Well, hold on. Before we do that, as we're getting down to the nub, how's it going, boys?
This is a great stick, man. This is, I like CAO stuff, by and large, to begin with. So I was not surprised that I was going to like this, but no, this is super good, man.
Yeah, I don't smoke enough CAO. I got to really get them into my rotation.
Yeah, you really do. Everybody should.
No, it's they've been putting out a great product for quite a few years, and I've got 4 or 5 that I kind of rotate through theirs that I really like, and I will absolutely be adding this to that.
Right on,
rotation for sure.
All right, how you doing over there, Gorilla?
Gorilla is good. I like it. I think I agree. I don't know if I'd add it to my rotation, but it's definitely another one that's on the list of I know what that is, I know I like it, and I can.
Yeah, let's grab that. If you're not sure about something, there's a comfort level in this.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Oh, crazy Greg going over there.
Hey, Greg, any parting shots?
Nah, I got nothing. I'm just emailing him pictures for Graham and Catherine so he can post them while we're talking about them, so we have something on the screen.
Since
There we
don't
go.
have any
So
video.
so the elk invasion. All right.
Yes.
Good times. Hey, can you get a generic picture of somebody with a California plate being pulled over in Colorado or in Kansas?
I'll text Ethan. I'm sure he has one.
Bet we can figure that out.
A dash cam of him getting pulled over.
I've got in our little group chat we have. He took a video. Here's how he tells us every time he pulls over. He just takes a video of himself in the driver's seat, camera facing toward him, and he just gets the lights while they're riding out. Funny enough, only gotten one ticket. But yeah, I took one of those images and I made it one of those GIFs. So anytime he's like, I got pulled over today, all of us just send 4 or 5 of this same GIF of him just sitting there, blue and red's flashing.
Perfect.
Kind of great.
I like it. We should make stickers.
Don't think I haven't.
Oh,
I got. I'll tell you off the podcast. Ethan made a mistake and sent me some pictures, and we're gonna have to abuse them. Okay, now I have to say it because it sounds weird.
It sounds extremely weird.
He's going to Kansas State for business school. He's taking all the classes for that, and one of the classes they offered free portfolio headshots, like for your resume, and he shared them in the group chat.
Wrong thing to do, sir.
Dude, I told Ethan that he's going to be the default photo for real estate sign samples. And he did not like that.
Oh my
God. That's amazing.
I want to do bumper stickers of him in this suit and do like the Saul Goodman. You know you have rights. Call here. Again, I fuck with him, but Ethan is a wonderful dude.
Yep, he's a good kid.
Speaking of law shit, I just have to bring this up.
Oh no.
No, it's not going the way you think it is. You've been through Woodland lately, haven't you?
It's been a minute, but yeah.
Yeah, go down Main Street right off the freeway.
Uh-huh.
One of our local attorneys, when something go wrong, she's full picture of her with a baseball bat. And I'm looking at it like, the fuck she's going to do with that bat?
I mean, marketing's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Nah.
I think we've reached Greg's limit for this episode.
All right, in that case, then, hey, Gorilla, take me home. Well, I'm out of beer, and cigar's almost to the nub, so I think it's about that time. I want to thank everyone, except for Gorilla leaving the memory card full, but that's okay.
And here comes the train.
See, that's karma right there.
Mm-hmm.
Audience, how many squares do you have filled on your Beyond the Humidor podcast bingo card of things that could go wrong in this episode? Let us know.
Dude, now we got to make one.
I was just about to say. Okay, we got to make one, and then we're going to put it on Facebook so everyone has one.
Yep.
I love it.
Why is that a great idea?
Because it is.
We're ideal people.
Matt Walsh honking, train,
The compressor.
Larry's phone ringing.
Shop phone ringing.
Greg's spitting out his iced tea.
Yeah, one of our cell phones going off. Somebody knocking on the door.
Oh, yeah, we've got a bunch of them. That'll be good. But anyway.
Share your ideas with us. I'm sure that'll go well.
At info@limcigarcartel.com.
Like and share us on Facebook.
Follow us on Instagram. Don't be a stranger. Be like my man in Connecticut. Drop us a line and let us know you're out there.
Thank you, Rocky.
I'm Scott Robinson. On behalf of all of us here, we look forward to chatting with you in the next episode. That's beautiful. Stop bobbing your head. I'm Scott Robinson. And from all of us here at Beyond the Humidor, we look forward to chatting with you on the next episode. But until then, stay healthy and safe, and good smoke, good drink, and good life.
Best part is they can't see this part right now.
Ran overboard.
I'm going to go take a long, hard look at my life.
Why start now?